Hey, and welcome back to Grieving with Grace. I am Michelle, and I'm here with one of my good friends, Liz, and she is going to just kind of share her story. I shared my story of losing my son, and that is in the first video if you want to go back and watch that. And I just wanted to sit and talk with Liz and have her tell her story. So I'll let her take it away.
Okay. So, my name is Liz. My only child was Rachel. She was actually adopted from Guatemala. We had her since she was like 6 months old. She was the absolute love of my life. I lived my whole life for her. And when she was 20, she decided she was going to move out on her own. I cried then like she died. Like, I was like, how do parents do it? I mean, I was just so devastated because to not see her every day and not know what time she was getting home. So she moved out, but still in the same town. So, we still saw each other. I worried about her all the time. I prayed and prayed and prayed so much for God's protection for her. And ultimately, God did protect her, not the way that I thought he would or hoped he would, but she's more protected now than she ever would be. So, there was so many nights that I sat up in bed worried, like just feeling like something was wrong and nothing was. Yet the night that she did have her accident, I was sound asleep, So I got a phone, knock at the door at 3:00 in the morning. And my brother was there. He actually answered it, and he came barging into my room and said, "Go to the door." And I was like in a panic. I didn't know what it was. And I saw a police officer there, and she said, "Are you Rachel's mother?" And I said, "Yeah." And I get emotional again, even thinking, like I get nervous again, even just thinking about it. So she said, "Can you step outside?" And I said, "Okay." And she said, "Is there a chance anyone else could have been driving her car tonight?" And now I'm like, and I said, "I don't know. Is anybody else in the car?" She said, "No, ma'am." She was very kind, but she wasn't telling me anything. I was having to pull everything out of her. And I'm sure it's just because she felt terrible. And I said, "Well, my daughter's Guatemalan," because I thought maybe she was confused when she saw me. She said, "No, ma'am, that's not it." So I actually said, "Is she dead? Like, did she die?" Because just the way she was like not asking me like one question at a time. And she just looked down and she said, "This is the hardest part of my job." And I was like, oh my God. I just said, I can't come identify her. I can't, because I thought that's why they were, wanted me to do. I said, "I can't come identify her. I can't." And she said, "No, ma'am, she's unidentifiable." She said the car hit a tree and it went up in flames. And I don't know how I literally do not know how I didn't drop dead that night. I don't know. Anyway, she said, "We need dental records." So that began the nightmare. My only child. We went through so much together. Loved her. I hate even saying adopted because I feel like people think there's a degree of separation and there's not. She was as much from my heart. I'm sorry. I never know when I'm going to get emotional. Like, I could be fine and then start crying.
That's fine.
Anyway, so that's basically the story. Her car went off the road. She hit a tree square on. We're not really sure why. And that just began my journey, And off the subject a little bit, but, we watched this whole horrible assassination of Charlie Kirk the last couple of weeks, and people are really criticizing his wife, saying, "Oh, she's not even grieving. She's got her nails done. She's got her hair done." And I just have to say that when my daughter passed away, I spoke at her memorial, and I had my hair done, and I had tanning cream on my legs because I wore a dress, and I'm very white. I had the presence of mind to want to be presentable. That doesn't mean by any stretch of the imagination that you're not grieving. I think in the beginning days, you go through the motions, you're numb, you're like, and it's just another thing you have to do. Well, today I have the memorial, then people are coming back to the house, and then we're going to eat, and then, you know what I mean? And as time goes on, I feel coming up on the 2-year anniversary now, I feel like it's worse now than it was in the beginning.
Right, right. Yeah, Nick has been gone a year and a month or two. And it's just now starting to really hit, because in the beginning you're going through the motions and you're, doing things you have to do,
Mhm.
like you said, the memorial, and you've got to get things done like banking thing. You've got to close
Yes.
accounts. You've got to
Mhm.
do all the stuff that they had. And there's things that you have to get done. And I really just don't think you realize that hey, this is real until later down the line, like a year later, because now it's hit that, oh my gosh, I can't really call him
Mhm.
anymore. I can't see him anymore. I can't go out to dinner with him anymore. And it's really hard. So yes, in the beginning, you do what you have to do as a parent, as a mom, just to get through it. And I think that God has made us that way so that we can be strong, and we can get through the things that we have to get through in order just to survive on a daily basis.
100%. I also feel in the beginning, talking about what you were saying, closing out the bank accounts, contacting her, she was still in college, contacting the school.
Mhm.
In a weird way, I felt like I'm still taking care of my daughter. Like I'm helping her take care of business.
Mhm.
Like, I was calling up credit card companies. I mean, she was gone. Who cares? What are they going to do? But I was like, I don't want them to think that my daughter is just like not paying her bills, you know?
Mhm.
And in a weird way, I just felt like I'm still taking care of my daughter. Like, just like when she was here, Mom, what do I do about this? Can you call the school for me? Or what should I do? Or what should I say? Like, I felt like, okay, Rach, I got it. I'll take care of this.
Right,
It's weird,
right,
but I felt like I was still being a mother.
right.
And that's the other thing. That mother thing never goes away.
No, it doesn't. You will always be her mom, and I will always be his mom.
Yeah.
Always. And I thank you very much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Anytime, of course. And she lives in a tiny house as well as I do. It's absolutely gorgeous. And
Thank
hopefully, maybe she will let us do a tour
Mhm.
soon. So, thank you very much for watching, and you all have a great day. Take care.
Goodbye, everyone.
God bless.